The next section we're going to look at is how to account for natural resources, including depletion. Now, the first thing we can see is that natural resources are simply assets that come from the earth. And common examples: minerals, gas, oil, timber. And the cost is very simple. It's what we paid to acquire the asset. With the depletion, that's simply the process of allocating that initial cost to expense over time. So as we have used up this resource, we're going to record in the books the expensing of that cost over time. And as it shows at the bottom, depletion expense is calculated like units of production depreciation that we looked at earlier. The only difference really is that with natural resources, as opposed to some of the tangible assets, we do not have that residual value that we need to factor in. Here we can see the very simple equation that we use to calculate depletion expense per unit. And all we have to do is start off with our initial cost and then divide that by its useful life in units, so not in years. And if we do that, we get depletion expense per unit. We can plug in some example figures here. We had an initial cost of $1 million. Let's say this was a gold mine and it was going to give us, we estimated, 2,000 ounces of gold. Well, we just take the million divided by the 2,000 and we get $500 per ounce, and that would be our depletion expense per unit. So if we move on with this example where we had calculated using the $1 million divided by the 2,000 units, so we had $500 per unit or per ounce. Well, if in year one we actually mined 1,000 of those ounces, that would give us $500,000 of depletion expense for the year. And all we have to do is debit depletion expense, and then we credit accumulated depletion.